All right, let's dive into a tool that's been making some serious waves in the automation world. We're talking about n8n. That's n-8n, an open source powerhouse that's all about connecting your digital world and putting you, the user, firmly back in the driver's seat. You know the drill, right? That mind-numbing digital busy work. You're bouncing between tabs, copying from a spreadsheet, pasting into your CRM, then taking that data and putting it into a Slack message. It's dreaming, it's slow, and honestly, it's a total waste of your talent. But what if there was a way to just stop? To make all your different apps and services talk to each other automatically? So here's our game plan for this little deep dive. We'll kick things off with what n8n actually is, then we'll get into its secret weapon, self-hosting. After that, we'll see how it's shaking things up with AI, quickly walk through building a workflow, and then send you off with some ideas for your own journey. Sound good? Let's go. So what is n8n? Well, it's the answer to that busy work problem we were just talking about. And probably the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like a set of digital Lego blocks. It gives you all the pieces you need to build these custom bridges between the different software tools you use every single day. And the official term for this is workflow automation. Now, you've probably heard of other tools in this space, right? Big names like Zapier or Make. They're all built on this exact same idea, connecting your digital tools to automate all those multi-step tasks that you'd otherwise be stuck doing by hand. So the first Lego block in our set is what n8n calls a node. A node is just a single action or a single trigger. For example, a trigger node might be watch for a new row in a Google Sheet. And an action node could be something like send a message in Slack. Each app you connect has its own unique set of these little command blocks. Okay, so you have your blocks. Next, you need the glue, and that's where connections come in. You literally just draw a line from one node to the next on your screen. This tells n8n, hey, take the information from this step and send it over to this step. It's how you control the flow of data. And once you snap all those pieces together, your nodes and your connections, what you get is a workflow. It's a complete, automated process that just runs in the background, doing the work for you. And just like with Legos, you can start super simple, but you can also build these incredibly complex, powerful automations, one piece at a time. Now, this is where n8n really starts to separate itself from the pack. Unlike most of its competitors, it's open source, which means you can self-host it. And that, my friends, is a total game changer. It gives you a level of control over your data and your costs that's, well, it's pretty much unheard of. Let's just put it head to head. With the standard cloud services, you're paying them a subscription fee based on how much you use them, and all your sensitive data is passing through their servers. With a self-hosted n8n instance, your data never leaves your own infrastructure. Your only real cost is for the server it's running on. And for you developers out there, you can customize it to no end. You can even pull in any NPM package you want. A developer named Anthony Sadashian summed it up beautifully. He said you get immense value for exactly $0 of recurring cost. Think about that. When you remove the software license fees from the equation, you're just left with pure, unadulterated value. It completely flips the cost model on its head. So just how much of a difference does it make? Well, when you run the numbers, self-hosting can be up to 4 times cheaper than using comparable cloud automation services. 4 times! That's not a small saving. That's a massive difference, especially as you start to scale up your automations. And just look at the raw numbers here. You can get a decent server with 4 gigs of RAM from a provider like Hetzner for about $5 a month. Compare that to $24 a month for similar specs on DigitalOcean or Linode. When you're running hundreds, maybe thousands of tasks, that $5 server starts to look pretty incredible. But n8 isn't just about saving money and keeping your data private. As awesome as that is, it's also pushing the envelope by baking artificial intelligence directly into your workflows. We're not just talking about simple tasks anymore. We're talking about creating intelligent agents.
And this is a really important difference to understand. A standard large language model, an LLM, is great at generating text. It's like a fantastic conversation partner. But an n8n AI agent is designed to be a doer. It's goal-oriented. It can actually make decisions and use your other nodes, like your Slack node or your Google Sheets node, as tools to perform tasks in the real world. It doesn't just talk about doing things, it actually does them.
And true to its open source spirit, you have an incredible amount of choice here. n8n supports a whole bunch of powerful open source AI models like Llama 3 and Mistral. And its integration with Llama means you can run tons of these models right on your own hardware, which is just fantastic.
Okay, so all of this might be sounding a little abstract, maybe even complicated. But one of the best things about NN is how intuitive it is to get started. So let's just quickly walk through what building a simple workflow actually feels like. Let's use an example from their own documentation, a solar flare detector. Pretty cool, right? So step 1, you'd set a trigger. Let's say run this workflow every hour. Step 2, you fetch data from an external source, in this case, the NASA API. Step 3, you add logic. You'd use an if node to check the data, like if the solar flare is a big one, an X-class flare, then go down this path. And finally, step 4, you send the output. You might have one node that sends an urgent alert for big flares and another that just logs the minor ones. See? It's just a visual step-by-step process. So we've covered what NN is, we've seen how self-hosting gives you ultimate control, and we've touched on its powerful AI capabilities. Now it's time to bring it all home and start thinking about what this could actually mean for you. When you really boil it down, the reasons to jump into NN, it becomes super clear. It's about the freedom that comes with open source software. It's about having complete and total control over your costs and your data. It's about the incredible flexibility it offers developers. And, of course, it's about being on the cutting edge with powerful AI integrations. So let's just lock in these key takeaways. Number 1, it's open source and the community edition is free. That means no recurring license fees. Number 2, you can save huge amounts of money by self-hosting. Number 3, it's built for developers, treating code as a core part of the experience. And number 4, it's future-proof, with goal-oriented AI agents ready to tackle tomorrow's problems. It puts you back in control. And that really brings us to the final and most important question. With a tool this powerful and this flexible in your hands, the possibilities are, well, they're pretty much endless. So think about your day. Think about that one annoying, repetitive task you always have to do. The only real limit here is your imagination. What are you going to automate first?